Have you felt it? That strange pull inside your chest, like the air itself is vibrating around you. Maybe your sleep has been restless, filled with vivid dreams you can't quite remember. Or perhaps you've felt waves of emotion rising up, seemingly out of nowhere. This isn't just your imagination. You're standing at the threshold of a total lunar eclipse in Virgo, a cosmic portal that only opens once in a great while. Eclipses are never gentle whispers, they're celestial thunderclaps. They crack open the sky and reveal the hidden chapters of your soul's story, the parts you've avoided, the truths you've ignored, and the healing you never knew you needed. But this particular eclipse, in Virgo, carries a unique frequency. Virgo, the earth priestess of the zodiac, rules over purification, truth, and the sacred art of discernment. And when the full moon in Virgo passes through Earth's shadow, it doesn't just illuminate your life. It magnifies every imperfection, every hidden fear, every longing for order and meaning. This is not a time for passive reflection. This is a spiritual window, a rare chance to realign your outer world with your inner truth. And if you're not prepared to meet this energy consciously, it will meet you in ways you might not expect. Through sudden endings, overwhelming clarity, or emotional purging so deep, it feels like your very foundation is shaking. If you've been ignoring the subtle whispers of your intuition, if you've been clinging to a version of yourself that no longer fits, this eclipse will tear the veil away. And that's why this moment matters. This isn't just another full moon. This is a cosmic correction point. And the choices you make under this sky could set the tone for the next 6 months or even longer. Let's step into this energy together and uncover the message the universe is delivering through this lunar veil. Imagine standing in a hall of mirrors, each one reflecting not just your face but your emotions, your fears, your desires, even the thoughts you tried to bury months ago. This is what a total lunar eclipse does to your spirit. It doesn't just illuminate what's present, it multiplies it, echoing every vibration inside you until you can no longer ignore what's truly there. Under a Virgo eclipse, this amplification becomes almost surgical. Virgo's energy is precise. It doesn't allow for spiritual bypassing. It zeroes in on what's out of alignment. The little lies you tell yourself, the routines that keep you safe but stagnant, the emotional clutter you hide behind productivity. All of it gets magnified under this sky. And here's the tricky part. The eclipse doesn't create new energy. It only amplifies what's already present. If you've been nurturing your healing, the eclipse can reveal profound clarity. A breakthrough moment. That sense of finally seeing your path clearly after months of fog. But if you've been avoiding your inner work, numbing your pain with distraction, or ignoring the whispers of your soul, this eclipse can feel overwhelming, even chaotic. It's not the universe punishing you. It's the universe amplifying what needs to be seen. Like a spiritual magnifying glass held over your heart, showing you every crack in the foundation. Not to shame you, but to free you. Eclipses also amplify messages from spirit. You might notice synchronicities multiplying, repeated numbers, animal messengers, or powerful dreams filled with ancient symbols. Pay attention, but stay grounded. Virgo energy teaches us that not every message is literal. Sometimes the meaning is hidden beneath layers of symbolism. And if you rush to interpret every flicker of energy, you could misread the very guidance you're being offered. Clarity or chaos? The eclipse offers both. Which one you experience depends entirely on how willing you are to sit with what rises. Take a breath. Because next, we need to talk about the common traps people fall into under this energy. and why some spiritual practices could backfire if you're not careful. When the sky darkens, and the earth casts its shadow over the full moon, the veil between worlds becomes thin, thinner than most people realize. Ancient astrologers and mystics knew this well. They warned that eclipses aren't times for casual magic or blind manifestation rituals. Why? Because the energy is raw, untamed, and unpredictable. Think of it like striking a match in the middle of a hurricane. The flame might catch, but you have no control over where the fire spreads. One of the biggest traps during a Virgo lunar eclipse is the compulsion to fix yourself. Virgo's energy is obsessed with perfection. The endless self-analysis, the ruthless inner critic whispering, "You're not ready yet. You're not enough yet. You need to do more." Under the amplified energy of the eclipse, this critical voice can become almost unbearable. This is where many people fall into a dangerous spiral. Performing frantic rituals, purging possessions, cutting ties impulsively, or seeking instant clarity through divination tools they aren't prepared to use. Remember this: an eclipse doesn't demand action, it demands awareness. Acting from fear, desperation, or self-judgment will only magnify those very energies. Another common trap: over-identifying with every emotional trigger that rises. During this eclipse, old wounds, some from this life, some from past lives, may resurface. Memories you thought were healed, regrets you thought were forgiven, fears you thought were conquered. Under this lunar magnification, they feel larger than life. But not every memory or impulse is meant to be followed. Virgo, the priestess archetype, teaches discernment, the wisdom to know which feelings are invitations to heal and which are echoes meant to be witnessed and released. Confusing the two could lead you to reopen wounds that were already closing. Even spiritual tools can become dangerous under this energy. Mirrors, for example, powerful for self-reflection, but under an eclipse, they can become portals, amplifying not just your light, but your shadows. Fire, often used in cleansing rituals, burns hotter under eclipse energy. It can purge, but it can also destroy. This is not the time for reckless magic or desperate divination. This is a time to pause, to observe, to listen. Your power comes not from controlling the energy, but from aligning with it. If you can hold still within the storm, you'll hear the one voice that matters, the voice of your soul. And that's where we turn next, to how you can align yourself with this energy consciously, instead of being thrown around by it. If you take nothing else from this message, take this: you are not here to survive the eclipse. You are here to collaborate with it. A total lunar eclipse in Virgo is like a spiritual detox, not the kind where you purge everything all at once, but the kind where you gently, yet honestly, confront what you've been carrying inside your spirit. This isn't about blaming yourself for past mistakes or obsessing over self-improvement until your soul feels like a project. This is about alignment, the sacred art of living in integrity with your inner truth. So how do you do that, practically? Step 1. Ground before you reach for meaning. When the cosmic storm stirs up your emotions, your first instinct might be to search for answers, to overthink, to analyze, to grab your tarot deck or binge astrology readings online, desperately hoping for clarity. But clarity doesn't come from reaching outward. It comes from rooting inward. Take your shoes off. Place your feet on the earth. Breathe deeply until your heart slows down. Let your body arrive before your mind races ahead. Step 2. Trust your intuition, but question your reactions. Virgo's gift is discernment, the ability to separate wheat from chaff, truth from illusion. During this eclipse, you might receive intuitive flashes, sudden insights, or even strong impulses. But before acting, pause. Ask yourself, is this my higher self speaking, or my fear? Is this guidance, or a wound looking for attention? Sometimes the most spiritual act is waiting, letting the dust settle before you decide what's real. Step 3. Use tools wisely, but don't let them own you. Journaling under this eclipse can be profound, not to manifest, but to witness. Write down what rises, not to judge it, but to name it. Naming your fears and longings takes away their power. Virgo teaches us that words are spells. What you name, you claim. So claim your truth, gently, honestly, without needing to dress it up in spiritual perfection. Step 4. Embrace simplicity. The greatest trap during heightened spiritual energy is thinking you need more. More rituals, more tools, more insights. But Virgo is the archetype of simplicity. Purity of intention matters more than complexity of action. A simple breath, a clear journal entry, a walk in silence, letting the moonlight touch your skin. This is enough. Step 5. Stay present. Resist the urge to numb. Eclipse energy can feel uncomfortable. It stirs up uncertainty, longing, even grief. It's tempting to distract yourself, to scroll endlessly, overeat, drink, or dive into work to avoid feeling. But Virgo reminds us, healing happens when you stay present with what is, not when you run from it. Hold yourself gently. Let yourself feel without judgment. This is how you transform, not by force, but by presence. And remember this, you don't have to have all the answers right now. The eclipse isn't demanding perfection, it's inviting truth. This brings us to the final step of this journey, the closing reflection, where we remind your audience of their power and help them claim it fully. Take a breath with me. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the sky above you. You are standing between worlds, a soul anchored in earth, yet connected to the stars. This total lunar eclipse in Virgo is not here to test you. It's here to reveal you, to yourself, to show you where you've been living out of alignment, not as punishment, but as an invitation to come home. Home to your truth, home to your own rhythm, home to the quiet, clear voice inside you that's been whispering all along. The ancients knew that eclipses weren't omens of doom. They were cosmic reset points, moments when the veil thinned and the divine reached down to remind us of one simple truth. You are not powerless. You are a co-creator of your life, and your energy, your focus, shapes your reality. So ask yourself, right now, what do I want to magnify? Do you want to magnify your fears, your regrets, your stories of not enoughness? Or do you want to magnify your courage, your clarity, your capacity to transform even the darkest moment into light? This eclipse will amplify whatever you feed it. It will hold up a mirror, but you get to decide what reflection you project. That is your power. That has always been your power. So here's my invitation. Tonight, as the Earth's shadow touches the moon, step outside. Stand beneath that ancient sky. Place your hand on your heart and simply whisper, I choose truth. I choose clarity. I choose to meet this moment with my eyes open. You don't need elaborate rituals. You don't need perfect answers. All you need is the willingness to meet yourself exactly as you are, with honesty and love. Because this eclipse isn't about becoming someone new, it's about remembering who you already are. Beneath the noise, beneath the fear, beneath the stories, you are already enough. You are already worthy. You are already connected to the very energy that moves the stars. What you magnify now becomes the foundation of your next chapter. Choose wisely. Choose consciously. Choose with love. And if this message spoke to your spirit, if you felt the truth of these words in your bones, share this light with someone who needs it. The sky is speaking to all of us right now, but only those willing to listen will hear its message. I'll see you under the eclipse sky, my friend. Until then, walk gently, speak truthfully, and remember, the power has always been within you.